Who is it? Who are you?
Same.
All right. So for my first question, do you know who the Black Panthers are?
Yeah.
All right. Tell me.
Black Panthers was a civil rights group that was mostly founded, well, not mostly founded, but founded in order to get civil rights in like what I think the 60s, 50s by Huey P. Newton.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so I'm going to ask, who do you think that are the black figures in America that really made a significant impact for civil and racial issues?
Like today or just in
All in America.
definitely like you got guys like Huey P. Newton, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X. There's definitely some good ones out there. Nelson Mandela, I think it's less civil rights, but if you really look into it, there's a lot to be found here. And within the whole African. But I mean, definitely some big ones. Rosa Parks.
Yeah.
Josephine Baker, Eleanor Baker, I forget her name, something like that.
All right, last question. How do you feel, as a black man in America, how do you feel your life is different than different cultures?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a hell of a question. Of course it is for church. I mean, easily just because, like, growing up, you have to be more aware. More aware of your surroundings, just like, you don't really know what's going on, but also just because, like, in the world or in society, you're more so seen as the minority. And unfortunately, in the way the world is, like, today, you see a lot of, like, racial profiling and xenophobia and, like, just a lot of stuff like that. And, of course, like, every race deals with the stereotypes that are, like, connotated to being a young black man in today's society are, like, especially bad. So then it kind of sucks because it's like you always have to be on your best behavior, and everything you do is almost amplified to an extent. So,
Thank you.
So first question, do you know who the Black Panthers are?
No.
Okay. What black figures in America have been a significant impact in racial issues?
Like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King.
And what kind of impact did they bring?
Just like bringing attention to it.
Okay. Do you think life for black people is different in America than other cultures?
Yeah.
How?
Just like get treated and stuff.
Okay. That's all of our questions. Thank you.
Yep. Agent Road.
All right. Do you know who the Black Panthers are?
No.
No?
I know of them.
All right. All right.
Pretty calm and
What black
courteous.
figures in America do you think have a significant impact on racial and social issues?
Martin Luther King, because he's a very inspirational man.
Okay. That's the only one.
And Jackie Robinson,
Jackie Robinson.
first black player to play baseball.
Okay.
Very good, very good.
Okay, last one here. Do you think life is different in America for black people than it is for other cultures?
Nah.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Adrian.
Go.
Go ahead. Who is the Black Panthers?
The Black Panther Party was a social justice movement primarily made in the 1960s, used to keep police accountable and change people's lives and the rhetoric of our country. They changed police reform, laws, and even funded communities. This widespread outreach led to significant economic and social incline, and it was a great thing for our country.
Right here. What's your name?
My name's AJ, man. What's your name?
Nate. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Who are the Black Panthers? Do you know?
Football people. The team?
No. Black Panthers.
Oh shit, I don't know.
All right. What black figures in America had a significant impact on racial and social issues?
Shit, Kanye?
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. how is life in America different for black people? Is it different for black people? And yeah, is it different in America?
Maybe some of the small things are different. Yeah.
Well, like what are those things?
Maybe when you get pulled over, it could be different. But overall, everyone has the same chance, I believe. If you work hard, you get what you want.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Very good.
Like 3 questions for you. What's your name?
Gabriella.
Okay, perfect. Do you know what the Black Panthers are? What black figures in America have a significant impact on racial issues?
Barack Obama,
How so?
because he was the first black president, I think.
Perfect. Do you think jobs provide more opportunities for minority groups?
Not really.
Perfect. Thank you.
Of course.
What's your name?
Daisy.
Perfect. Do you know what the Black Panthers are? No. Okay, perfect. What black figures in America had a significant impact in racial issues?
I don't know. Who?
Who do you think?
Martin Luther King.
And what did he do?
He died for our sake.
Last question. Who do you think is the common enemy for minority groups, or who acts as the oppressor? Like basically,
What is this for?
our class.
African American literature.
So like basically, like,
Wait, can I change my answer for the last question?
yeah.
Those two last questions. Yeah, he was a president, right? Yeah, Barack Obama.
What did he do?
Obama, yes, he was our president.
Perfect.
He made an effect to, I don't know, the African American culture because he was the president of the United States and he was the first one.
I feel that's all of our questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Julian.
Okay. Julian, do you know who the Black Panthers are?
Yeah, like the animal.
Whatever you think.
Sure.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
They're an animal.
Yeah.
What black figures in America have had a significant impact on racial issues?
Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman. Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, Malcolm X, a bunch of other people.
Very good. How is life for black people in America different than other cultures?
Like, they get treated worse. I mean, not just them, but they get treated worse specifically.
In what ways?
Police brutality, slurs.
Who do you think is the common enemy?
White people. Yeah.
Is it, wait, where is this going though?
Just to our
Just for a
project.
class?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First question. What's your name?
Wish me.
Perfect. Do you know who the Black Panthers are?
Yeah, like the Black Panther movie?
I mean, just whatever you think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What black figures in America had a significant impact in racial issues?
Probably Obama.
What did he do?
He had created a lot of stuff to help like the black community and stuff like food stamps and stuff.
Yeah. How is life for black people in America different than other cultures?
I don't know. Actually, let me think. It's different because you get treated differently, like especially when you're around, like especially like in Colorado, since you're around a lot of people that aren't like you. It's really different to like make friends with certain people.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so
Who am I here with today?
Coach Hayes.
Coach Hayes.
Thank you. First question is, what is like some big like black people that played a big like social issue in like our and like helped kind of like with the race issue in the past and kind of throughout this whole entire period?
Like in the, like so Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
One of them. I would say Barack Obama is another one.
Yeah.
Did you say three?
Any just kind of off the top of your head that you can kind of think of?
Martin Luther King, Barack Obama. I would say probably Rosa Parks. You know, Harriet Tubman.
Okay. All right, that's cool.
So then, are you a teacher here, or kind of like? So I mean, as a teacher here, kind of just wondering, how do you see the culture at Grandview?
I think the culture is it's a little different than when I was here.
Okay.
There's not a lot of school spirit.
Okay.
Not a lot of community. The culture kind of is lacking, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. Do you know why that is? Do you think? Do you have some?
I think there could be a variety of reasons. I think social media is a big one.
Okay.
I think a lot of people think it's not cool to show school spirit and show community. I think that's a big part of it.
Perfect. And then my last question is, do you think there's a common enemy when it comes to like segregation and stuff like that?
A common enemy?
Yeah.
Yeah, there probably is a common enemy. I couldn't tell you who it is right now, but there is a common enemy. So.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
So kind of after doing the interviews with a bunch of variety of people, kind of from all ages and different races, we kind of learned a lot about the Grandview kind of culture and what they know about the African American past history. When we ask them basic questions, some struggle, some don't. You can tell kind of who's educated in that field and stuff like that from parents, education. You don't really know what it is and how they do learn. For example, when we ask them just to name some Black influencers that have kind of changed the racial issue in the past, you can always get a few names. But once we ask some harder questions like, do you know who the Black Panthers are? You can see a lot of blank faces and a lot of kind of scared to answer questions and kind of be wrong in that kind of field. Overall, kind of the biggest thing I took away is how scared people are to kind of talk about this because they think it's kind of wrong and they think it could be called racist, so to speak. And you see people always get tensed up and nervous when we ask certain questions. But overall, I feel like we need to have kind of some more education in that. And then me personally too, I wouldn't even been able to answer some of these questions if I didn't take this class. So kind of just, I feel like it's good for me to know and kind of learn a little bit more about USA's past and kind of like some of the actual big stuff that's happened to us that we don't know about because it's not talked about at all anymore. So just kind of having better education in that would be the biggest kind of turn of events for kids to actually learn about these events and stuff like that. And learning that it's okay to talk about our past and so African American people and Black people, and it's not racist when you don't believe something that other people don't and stuff like that. Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, I think the further on that idea of that people are kind of reluctant to talk about it in the sense that they think that what they say will be put against them. I think a big part of a culture nowadays is kind of how people are, anything they say, think that they could be canceled or whatever, and that creates a big issue where people can't talk about some of these things in the past. And another thing I kind of took from it was some of the misrepresentation of how people associate names like Black Panther, and then, I mean, yes, there's a movie called Black Panther, and I think that's a blessing and a curse because I think the younger generation will see that, and the only thing they associate the name Black Panther with is the actual movie, and they don't actually know the history behind it. So that's what I found interesting, and people, as far as the figures, I mean, people are pretty basic with the responses. I mean, MLK, Barack Obama, we heard a lot. I mean, I think we only had one or two responses where we actually had some of the icons we talked about in our class. And all in all, I think people are definitely uneducated about this stuff. Without the class, I mean, you don't really learn about it in regular curriculum. But it is kind of sad to see how people don't understand and how they are so quick to say like, no, there's no difference. We heard a response where there's no difference of lives in America for black people. I mean, without arguing it, I mean, I guess you could say that, but I think from that standpoint, you can't really just say that without having anything to back it up. And I mean, a lot of people that's how their answers were. I mean, people would say, we'd ask you try to pry an answer out of them. You'd say why, what did they do? They don't really know. I mean, it doesn't seem like many people are comfortable to talk about some of these things. So I think that's one of the biggest takeaways is I think it would be beneficial to see some more comfort in that realm of talk. I mean, no one feels like it's something we should talk about, but in reality, it's something that needs to be talked about.